Alrighty, I'm recording. Go.
Hey, Blue, we already started, by the way. He's over there, I don't know, chilling. You want me to tell you that?
Okay.
He also says how much of a good friend you are. Congrats. I didn't get that response either. Sure.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Go on.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is he doing?
He's chilling, I guess. He can't hear us.
Alrighty.
He's waiting for something? Or you want to, text him?
I think he sees us.
I think this is actually the perfect time to ask for his number. Never gave it to me.
He says when I'm unmuted has started.
Oh.
Alright.
I feel like I'm going to the doctor. I'm nervous. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're not nervous when you go to the doctor?
No, not really.
No? Just the main thing, yeah? Okay. ZZ Pips.
Okay, that's good. How does that?
Hey, you want to do one of those tricks?
Tricks?
Yes, where I give you a pencil and I just go bam, and you grab it. No, you don't want to do
Well,
that.
you have to do it the other way because I'm
Oh,
this way of
you're
you.
this way.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have to do
they
it
just
that. Oh, I only have a pen though. Where the hell's my pen? I lost my pen.
it's gonna become like a pen from a pencil to a pen.
I lost my pen.
Here, you can have my pencil.
Okay, now I have it. There we go. Little pen here.
My camera is tilted behind my
Yeah,
mic, so
I
I
can
have to
see
put
that.
it. It's gonna have to go in there. We're really going there.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Oh wow, that's so great, incredible.
Wow.
I'm so glad you got my pen. My
Amazing.
pencil. You took away the seal from my pencil.
Oh, Pete Poggers.
Yeah. You're just watching this being weird over here. You know what's a mug I want? Actually, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna wait for the podcast.
Like this doofus down here, man. Like
May? Am I the guy? Am I the you?
No, you're over here for me. He's down here.
Yeah, I'm down there.
You're this is where you're after me. You're right there.
Oh wow.
Truman's right there. Yeah, Truman's in the bottom. He's always in the bottom. Apparently.
Yeah, he's
always the bottom. I'm always the bottom type.
You're always the bottom. You're the bottom type.
I'm always the bottom type. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Interesting.
Well, I'm gonna stop looking at it because that's my face, and I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You know, Blue, you have a mug, right? It's like a blue mug.
No, this is a cup.
Oh, it looks like a mug. All right. You know, there's a mug I want. It looks like a grommet mug, but it's always sold out. The mug is always away. There's no way to get that. It's a grommet.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right. Well,
that's very interesting.
Well,
yes.
Anyhow, hello. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
This will be our first podcast on Blue
Yes.
Spice. I say the left of me here is.
Oh, sorry.
On, yeah.
I'm Truman. And then right above me to my left, or on your guys' screen, would be Biscuit.
Yeah, that would be me. I just hang out here. I just kind of chill.
Yeah.
It's me and Biscuit. Yeah. Well, welcome. This is our first podcast. I'm a little nervous personally. I've never done this before. So welcome. Hopefully it'll get better, more comfortable to watch, more mindful, probably, as the more we do it.
Sure. All right, Biscuit, you want to start us off?
No, I don't. Can you go? I'll start us off. All right.
Yeah.
So, how long do you guys think you can last without water?
Me personally, I'd say 3 days.
3 days?
3 days.
What about you, Truman?
Like drinking or like
no, without water. You can maybe you can drink water and then put a timer. How long do you think you would last?
To drink it? I don't know. I'd probably say 5 days. No more than 5 days. I just couldn't do it. Yeah.
a human can only last like 3 days. I feel like I could last longer though. But
Oh, I think I could too.
I'd
but I don't
say
know.
it mostly. I'd say would depend on the environment. You know.
Yeah, if you're in the desert, you can only last like 2 days. If you're
Yeah.
I don't know lukewarm temperature, I'm sure you'll last like a week. Well, maybe not. I'm not a scientist. Don't everything here we say is not scientifically accurate. By the way.
This is 100% scientifically accurate.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
100%.
You. It's kind of weird. You can last like a month without food, but you can only last 3 days without water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because like we're mostly water. You know, we're like 70% water.
What if the people they tested were just really bad? Like
Do
they had no survival skills. They had no
Nothing.
idea what they were doing. They just died.
Hmm. Could be. Could be. Could be.
That's what probably happened. I think.
All right. All right.
What's your question, Blue?
So one of mine is, how do you feel about America compared to other countries?
I've never been to another country.
Okay, well you hear about them, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got like stereotypes of other countries. We got like British people like fish and
Sure.
chips, and they're all moody, and it always rains. That's what
Sure.
we get from British people. But when you meet them, they're a lot more different.
Sure.
Let's
Sure.
say. So I don't know
Sure.
if I can give an accurate description. You know,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
what do you think,
Well,
Trim?
oh yeah, Truman.
Like what I think about other countries, like I don't know.
Like
I think our
our
closest neighbor. What do you mean?
so like us compared to like how our country runs compared to how other countries run.
I mean, I think a lot of countries are more how we run nowadays, you could say. But I think there's a lot of similarities, but I think there's some very small key differences.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of countries moved on. I say after right before World War One, a lot of countries started turning out how like we turned out.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think
they
that's
all have their
because of
differences.
Yeah.
occupation, right? Because we were just there and we are Americanizing. But besides that, I feel like I'm more interested about like other countries' point of views in America. Like, imagine if you go to North Korea. You're like, what do you think of? What do those people there think of other countries? Like, if they see a person, they're like,
Right.
oh wow, you're not 50 pounds and not
Well,
starving.
we well, I do remember hearing a story about someone like going there because like they only allow select people in there to like visit,
Yeah, visit and
and
you
this
get.
person that was there like has like a automatic like guide, I guess, and they
Yeah.
asked him about like a praying mantis because they don't have those in North Korea apparently, and they didn't even know what
Hmm.
it was. Like they only teach them very limited things and very specific things
Well,
to a point where
that's
like
how.
it's very controlling.
Yeah, isn't that like a dictatorship work? You always want them to be stupid, so they never get smart enough to attack you,
Yeah,
right? Because they're like, you're like, I depend on this guy, right? Like, I don't know any other way of life.
yeah,
Got
of
to make my
course.
own food. They've never watched the Bear Grylls documentary. They don't know how
Yeah,
to survive.
yeah. I mean, I'd say the biggest thing from us compared to other countries is our speech laws, right? Because,
Oh
like,
yeah.
let's compare us to Germany, whereas you can get fined and even thrown in jail for quote unquote hate speech, whereas here, like, it's basically all or nothing, you know?
Right.
I think I remember the story I heard. There was this guy. He went on a cruise ship and he made a Jewish joke. And there were two German ladies and said, if you make that joke in Germany, you'd be in jail.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're like over
Right.
there,
Right. I
also in
saw that
Canada.
too.
Yeah, also in Canada, there was they made a new law where you have to call people by their assigned by what they call themselves, like
yeah,
the they, she,
yeah.
he, and all that stuff.
I think it was Bill like C-16
Yeah,
or something like that, and I believe Jordan Peterson. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but he was
yeah, I
very
heard of it.
much against it, and for very good reason because it's basically compelled speech, which
Yeah,
is
it's. I understand if you want to be conned, whatever you want to be conned, but I don't think you should be forcing people to call you that. And that's pretty much
yeah,
what he said,
yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly,
Also, think that's like next to impossible too to know like how people stand. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty obvious looking at someone. You can tell if they're a man or a woman. I mean, unless they're really
It's a human condition to assume. I think.
right. It
Yeah.
is. Like if we look at all of us, we all look like males. I don't think anyone here would call us a
I don't know.
female.
I'd say I look like pretty close to a girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
think so? The beard really gives it away.
Yeah, it does. I'm the bearded lady.
You're like, oh yeah, you ever seen the
Yeah.
movie P.T. Barnum?
P.T. Barnum, I have not.
There's a bearded lady who sings.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a very good movie. I really liked it. There's a lot of songs. Great movie. It's like a theater movie. I'll talk about it later. It's fine. But whatever. Hey, Truman, you got a question you
Interesting.
want to ask?
Yeah. Do you guys believe in any sort of like ghosts or anything?
I
Ghosts.
believe I've never seen one personally, but I've heard people say it, and like, there's so many accounts. I'm like, are they lying? Are they all lying, or are they all delusional? Necessary? I don't know. I think there's ghosts just because so many reportings of them.
I think that there probably isn't. Yeah, there probably isn't, but I do see like I know a lot of us like probably grew up around like those ghost TV shows because there was like a buttload of them. I know my mom always watched those.
Ghostbusters.
No, like actual like ghost finding TV shows, and
Oh yeah, Unsolved
they're
Mysteries.
all basically a bunch of really good scam artists with that.
Oh yeah.
But for the most
I
part,
don't
no.
know.
I do remember one point in my childhood I thought I experienced that. It was kind of weird,
You know,
but I couldn't
I
tell if I was kind of dreaming. I guess
I
it was
have
kind of trippy.
grandmothers who said they've seen a ghost, and they gave me no reason to not believe them.
Hmm,
So I think there might be ghosts. I had this teacher who really believed in ghosts. She was like into dark magic and stuff. It was weird. She said she saw dead people.
interesting.
Yeah, you know, I never. Yeah, that's she was. She didn't like me very much.
Can't see
Yeah,
why not.
yeah. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know why.
Have you guys ever seen like those spirit boxes that they take to like Gettysburg or like like Civil War areas in America where they like try to talk to like, Southern soldiers and Union soldiers and then sometimes they like respond.
The
Oh
little
yeah.
EMF meter,
Yeah,
or
the spirit boxes.
This the
yeah,
spirit box is just like switching a bunch of channels to say what it's saying, right?
Right.
I've found I've seen one where these guys go to like a prison and they go to the Al Capone cell and then
Right. I've seen
Al
that in
Capone,
Ohio,
hmm,
yeah.
yeah, right. And then he actually responds, and then the spirit box says what kind of sweater he's wearing. Like they ask him, "What's the color of my sweater?" and they say brown,
interesting.
which is
Hmm.
yeah,
Does that
Interesting.
make you think it like ghosts are colorblind? Like you don't know?
yeah. Oh, I mean, if he caught the color right, I would assume he's not color. And how is
Hmm.
he seeing?
Right?
How is he seeing? We make all this science to say, oh, we see it because of our eyes. The light comes in, it goes out, bleep bleep bleep, and that's why you see it. But how are they seeing if they are ghosts? If there is ghosts, that'll just throw the whole science community out of whack.
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Interesting.
think you think there'll be one day they find something to discover something in science that's so out of whack it just throws everything off, like everything we believed is wrong.
Probably.
Well, gosh, what was that one ship called? I think it was Medan, and it was a World War II ship, and it was carrying, I believe it was chemicals as well as gold, and so a lot of people thought that the gold was haunted, and at some point the ship kind of just like everyone died on that ship, like it just flew off the radar, and it took a couple days for them to find it. And when they found it, everyone's body was basically like already in rigor mortis, as well as like they like died with like fear in their eyes, like you could see it.
Oh wow.
And a lot of people thought, all right, well, something like fucked up like happened. Everyone thinks it's haunted and stuff.
The died of heart attacks too.
And as they were towing the boat back, before they could do any like actual research on it as to why all these people died, the boat basically explodes.
What is that true?
Yes,
That's not true, is it?
it's true.
That
You can
definitely
look it
wasn't
up.
true.
You can look it up.
Hmm.
It
It's
blows
true.
up right when they're gonna do research.
No, no, as they're towing it back.
It blows up. Like, is it
Yes.
the bottom of the ocean now?
Uh, I
Well,
I
yeah.
believe so.
It
I have
has
no
to be.
reason. Yeah, I have no reason to believe it isn't.
It it blew up on the
Um,
dock.
but of course, the governments knew, like, hey, there was actual like chemicals in there. It was a chemical leak that caused all these people to
Right.
basically this chemical
Right.
causes you to like hallucinate and basically feel like complete utter dread, basically. So you like they're basically tripping out, basically.
Oh, it's like that one flower that makes everyone suicide. Yeah, it's like a flower. It's
Hmm.
like you're in so much pain that you just kill yourself. It's an actual thing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's
Interesting.
I
Haven't heard of
I
that.
can't believe that was an actual ship. Yeah, it's a flower. You like eat it or touch it or something, and then you're in so much pain that you kill yourself. So every time they get someone of that, you have to like cuff him up so he doesn't hurt himself.
Jesus,
It's yeah, kind of
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
You got an you got another one, Blue? Actually, I think it's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You know, legs.
Yeah.
We don't need them. Legs are horrible. These legs we got, no. because we were evolving for primates to like you know using our two legs and not our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Yeah.
our like it was initially for grabbing stuff with our legs, but it's not anymore. We need them for walking,
Right.
and we don't need fingers. We don't need fingers to walk. All this stuff we have on our feet, it's not great. There's people who like lost their feet and they get a new one, and it's like correctly shaped, and they
So
actually run better than actual people.
so should we like be like crabs and just like chop our feet off? You know, I mean,
Yes,
Well,
yes,
sure. Nowadays, we probably don't need legs because we're advanced enough to where other people can help us, or like we have wheelchairs and shit. Like way back then, obviously, we definitely would need
yeah. But
legs.
these it's just like a piece of metal that's so strong and flexible that it works like a leg, but it makes you go faster. You can jump higher,
Mm-hmm.
and there's not a lot of technology into it. It's just a piece of metal that's bent. And our
Sure.
legs, they're in the process of evolving from hands to actual legs.
Yeah.
So like in the middle, so they're not that great.
but wouldn't that be technically still legs though? Just like
They're still
prosthetic.
they're not that. I mean, they're not that great legs. If you look at animals that only have two legs,
Mm-hmm.
they're way different. Like ostriches, they have good legs. They're built for running, and our legs aren't built for as well. It could
Well,
be
yeah, our
better.
legs are
But
built for
they could
multiple
be a
purposes.
lot better. But they were initially for grabbing. They're not anymore, and that's why we still have fingers.
Sure. Okay.
You guys
Yeah,
think our fingers will like stick together one day? Like they'll just end up being like this,
that's
Well,
like a
actually what
fish.
people think.
technically, when you're in the womb, like you have webbed, like
Right,
fingers and
right.
toes, right, and you even have a tail. But obviously, evolution, it for the most part, it all goes away when we're born or before we're
That,
born. And some
that's how
people
they
are
can
still actually
tell.
born with tails, though. But
Yeah,
generally, they
there's
cut them
Right,
off.
when it
right.
comes we like one evidence of evolution is like you can tell if you have a similar ancestor if your fetus process when you're the baby is growing it's similar to other animals. That's how you tell if they have an like a ancestral
Yeah.
animal species.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you guys see like more humans are getting like something right here, like a little point on the back of their neck for looking down at their smartphone so long because they need more support
Oh,
to keep their
Mm,
face like this? You
maybe
guys
when
interesting.
they're
ever seen
growing
anything
up.
like that?
W-
Maybe when they're growing up.
So, how do you guys? What do you guys think happened to the Neanderthals? How do you think they went extinct?
I think we screwed them to death.
Yeah.
Like we boinged them to death.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what what a lot of people are saying is basically that we basically interbred with them and basically outbred them, right? So it's
Yeah.
nowadays you have like this arch that's kind of like above your eyebrow and you can feel it. Like if you just push down, you feel that bone. That was from
Yeah.
the Neanderthals because they had like basically built freaking foreheads.
Oh yeah, these guys are big.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was like 50 types of humans who could make tools, but the only difference with us is we could make noises with our mouths and we could talk to each other.
Well,
That's pretty much the only difference.
Yeah.
Neanderthals didn't have that developed of like a speaking. If you can speak, you can make
Mhm.
myth, and if you can make myth, you can make things. You can make people believe things.
Yeah.
Like money. Money's a sort of
Hmm.
myth, right? But we all agree to play by the rules, and it works.
Hmm. Interesting.
And other animals couldn't do that. You don't see animals like trading and building a system like we do.
Hmm. We should go back to
Well,
just like trading like we used to, like coin for coin or like
Like
a
gold,
drink for
actual gold
something
coins.
else.
You mean
Well, no,
bartering?
yeah, I mean, but actual trading, like this for this, this piece for this piece, something like that. Like a
hmm.
water bottle for a mug or something like that.
Oh, I see.
There's been there's some upsides and downsides. For example,
Well, you do know that in the
you can't really go on.
oh, sorry, no, you were actually speaking. Good.
Uh, well, if you do that, if you only do bartering substance, you can't do investing. You can only pawn. Probably you can't invest in businesses by giving them your mug, your tire, your car.
I'm gonna give you 15 mugs. You better give me 20 back.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm giving you 20 mugs. I want by the end of the quarter, I'm gonna expect 30. You know.
dude, stock markets with trading.
And when it comes to bartering, they even with bartering, they ended up with one thing that they consider like a monetary system.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
What's one?
like
Go on.
way back then when we were living around, what was it, Mesopotamia, there actually was like an actual currency where there was like coins and shit that they found. Like there would be like little markings. All right, this is a pig. This is a cow. So like there was actually that. Um. So yeah. Anyhow, as you were saying, how like animals didn't actually have like kind of trading systems. They actually kind of do. More with like monkeys and such. But there's also penguins. They actually prostitute themselves sometimes for
Oh
fish.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was
Right,
talking about
yeah.
that last time. Yeah, they actually do
They
that. So yeah.
that's such a weird way. Imagine eating your money. The money like a penguin billionaire. He just has a bunch of fishes.
Hmm.
Imagine if penguins could just make businesses. You know, he makes up a system for this penguin to work, and they're like, "Oh, that's so great. Let me give you a little extra. Like,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
make it." And then he makes
Become
a bigger
a
penguin,
pimp.
and
A
that's how
pimp
Club
penguin.
Penguin started.
Pimp
Yeah,
penguin.
that's how Club. Yeah.
Pimp penguin. All right, 5 max
Pimp.
for her.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll give you 2 shiny rocks for that one.
And they
Mm.
actually throw each other like up. Like there's like a cliff, and they all jump and see, and then like they throw each other
Yeah.
down to see
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's dangerous.
Yeah.
What eats penguins? Isn't it like killer whales or something?
So there's
Seals.
seals. There's I believe leopard seals are the most common, as well as I imagine polar bears. As
Yeah.
well as albatross, which is a type of bird.
What's an albatross? It's a type
Yeah,
of
I never
bird.
heard of
Think
albatross.
of it like a really big seagull, basically.
Oh, is
Okay.
it the ones with the big where they put the fish in their mouth?
No, no, no. That's a pelican. So an albatross
Oh,
is basically just think of like a muscly, big ass.
a bird who went to the gym.
Yeah, basically, yeah, yeah. He
A
got
seagull
swole.
that went to the gym.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
swole seagull,
it-
just on steroids. So yeah. Anyhow,
So
sorry, go
so
ahead.
putting putting a mirror in the microscope. I might look it up actually. Let me see what happened.
What? I put in a mirror now.
In the microscope, you put a mirror under a microscope, see what you see. Are you gonna see like you gonna see a piece of a
What?
mirror what it's made up, or like are you gonna see like a reflection?
Probably. You're probably gonna see all the bubbles that's in the mirror.
And how do you make a mirror?
How do you make a mirror? Well, I do imagine it. You use sand is one of them.
Is there like glass or
Right.
something?
Yeah, because glasses, it's sand. Be
Yeah.
interesting
How did
one.
they do it? Yeah. How did they even do that? Did they put like a piece of aluminum behind in the glass or something, or do
You know
they
what?
like?
We probably got to watch how it's made. That old
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
I seen it's like a liquid, right? I seen it's like a liquid,
Yeah,
and
I
then you
think
Right.
melt
they
it
Yeah.
down.
they probably just melt
Right.
it. They melt the sand.
Have you ever seen how glass is made before? They just melt it down and then they pour it down and everything.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
and when you put a piece of glass or piece of mirror under a microscope, it makes the thing it's looking at bigger. Like it reflects. I guess it's bigger. I don't know. It's weird. Oh wait,
Hmm.
have you heard of that atom? There's like a weird thing. There's like this sort of atom or molecule. When you look at it, it acts different. But when you look at it under a microscope, it acts differently. Like it changes, which is weird. That's why some people believe that we live in a simulation, because
mm-hmm.
when you look at this atom, it changes. Like when we look at it, that's when it changes.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
It knows we're
Mm.
watching, man.
It's
Yeah,
snow.
It's like, hey, look, the cops are here. Act normal.
it's like the you ever seen Toy Story? The toys
Yeah.
when the
Always.
kid comes in,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just blow up and
Mm.
die.
Well, we got a question for you, Blue. About Banzu wants to know, why do you know everything?
What do I? Well, I was how do I say this? I was the smartest kid in my class back in the day.
Yeah.
You
Really?
know, I got that knowledge. This
Yeah,
big
I got
ol'
that thonk.
yeah, I got the big thonk.
Did you went to
Mm.
the
Live
what
IQ
happened?
test.
Oh,
Oof.
actually, I did one of those before. I got a pretty good IQ test. Truman was there. I'm gonna stop bragging. Nope.
Nice, nice.
Hey,
Okay.
Truman, you
Yeah,
got
I think it
another
was pretty
question?
rigged.
What do you mean it was
Rigged.
rigged? You were there.
Yeah, I
You
He's
know
think it
what
was pretty
happened.
rigged.
yeah.
Okay,
Biscuit paid
I
the
think it
computer
was
like
rigged.
$5.
Yeah, he paid the computer in.
you got a subscription. You got a 20 IQ
If you
plus.
don't give me a good score, I'm gonna unplug you.
You got another question, Truman?
Yeah, would you guys become vegetarians? Like, if you had to like change today, would you do it, or would you just stay like it forever? Like, and could you
Wait,
live off it?
first of all, for
Yeah.
me, I think would it be if I'd love to become vegetarian, but it's the urge of eating meat that gets me back, right?
Right.
If I could find a way to become vegetarian and not have the urge to eat meat,
Mm-hmm.
I would do it. Absolutely, it's healthier, it's better. I do
Right.
it. Why not? But it's
Hmm.
the urge to eat meat that gets me, right? I'm addicted to meat.
Interesting.
What
Interesting.
do you think, Blue?
I don't. I mean, I'm already kind of picky with my meat, but I
So
honestly
no,
wouldn't do it. Just out of the fact that, like, I already like. I don't eat meat a whole lot. I like it a decent bit, but I don't think I can go full one way. You know, that's just not
Right.
a very fun way to live, I think.
Right.
You know?
restricting yourself to like a certain taste buds,
Exactly.
Right.
not your type of.
I think it's
Yeah.
only for certain type of people, out there. Like I tried it a couple
Mm-hmm.
times, and I want to do it again because I actually liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did a lot of Thai food, like vegetable Thai food. It was pretty good, but it was that chicken. Like I'm not a real big steak person, but I love chicken, and
Yeah.
like that's what got me is that
Yeah.
chicken. Not eating that
It's
chicken.
chicken. Yeah. Hmm.
Did you
Well,
wait?
do you think? I don't know. Have you ever tried like those meat vegetarian things, like those the fake meat?
No, I'm not gonna try
Mm-hmm.
that. That's bad.
Is
Well,
it?
That's
I've actually tried the fake meat. I find it good. I think it's good. There's like
yeah.
thing
Do
called
you
an
think?
Impossible
Do
Burger.
you think it tastes
It
better?
tastes just like meat.
What does it
No,
taste like? Does it taste like meat?
it just tastes like normal meat. Like when vegetarians try to recreate meat, they don't try to go above and beyond for some reason. I don't think they can because it's plants are stale just to
Uh
begin with.
huh.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think
Yeah.
they're trying to go the extra mile. You already have to put all these little chemicals just to make it taste like meat.
Right.
So I think just trying to go for me. I tried veggie patty. It tastes just like meat. Couldn't really tell the difference.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
also, you can survive on potatoes alone.
Well, no, you can't. But I mean, you can
Actually,
survive off them for a long time, sure, but not permanently
Right.
huh?
because you need other nutrients, right? So like you
Right.
hear
Right.
stuff like scurvy, you know,
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
right. You like
like stuff
vitamin
like
C.
that, like you need certain nutrients in all these other things, right? That's why
Actually,
we eat
Right.
multiple different foods.
pirates actually had it pretty bad. Like I don't even know why they were pirates. If you know what it was like being a pirate, I wouldn't be a pirate because you're in a ship.
Mm-hmm.
You can have like almost no good food. You
Yeah.
in a pirate ship, all you eat is like a piece of it's like a brick, but it's edible. It's like an edible brick
Yeah, it's
because you
like
can't have food; it'll spoil.
yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically similar to hardtack.
Yeah, and also there's like animals that live on it,
Yeah,
and
weevils.
yeah, and what they would do is they would only eat it in the dark, so they can't tell they're eating weevils, which is honestly disgusting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was so much like homosexuality happening in those the pirate ships.
I mean,
They were just doing they were just doing each other. There was no woman because they believed it was bad luck to have a woman or something.
yeah, right.
So they only did each other, and they didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And
And yeah, and the idea of like pirates always being drunk is actually because like water would tend to go bad when they're at sea for a long period of time. So what they do is they basically mix it with alcohol.
yeah,
So you're basically shit faced 24/7.
yeah, actually, pirates didn't really fight at all because the thing about being a pirate is it's the name. That's what you're selling. You're selling the name. So you show up to a ship and you say we either fight, you lose, and we torture you, or you give up your stuff and we leave you alone.
Yeah.
It's like when you get robbed, they say, "Oh, give me your stuff or I stab you." You don't want to be
Yeah.
stabbed,
Hmm.
okay? And you can fight it, but you're probably not going to win. So you give them your stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
how they. Because and also, if you fought a pirate, they don't want to fight either because they can't fix their ship. Where are they going to take? You have to like travel so far away to fix their ship because
Yeah.
they're pirates.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much about pirates that we don't talk. Like actually, Moby Dick, the
Hmm.
book was based on a real event.
Interesting.
There was yeah. So you didn't know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, it was actually based on a true thing. There was like a big whale,
Hmm.
and there was this captain trying to find it, but the whale just kind of did some stuff and screwed over the ship. overall.
Mm,
And he wrote a book,
interesting.
I guess.
I didn't
Interesting.
know Moby Dick was a real thing. We have a pet store here called Moby Dick, and I thought that was it.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Isn't that like the white whale or something?
It's about this. I haven't read it myself. I should probably definitely read it. But it's basically
Yeah.
about this guy who basically goes fighting what I'm pretty sure is a sperm whale, which is basically one of the biggest whales. And I believe he kills himself in the process of killing it.
Hmm.
I can't
Does he
remember
die in it?
exactly. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I
I
imagine he
I
would.
I remember, and the he doesn't die. I think it was like the ship goes stranded, and they get in a tinier ship, and they're stranded at sea. So every day they have to eat another crewmate, or every couple of days. And at the end,
Mm.
it was just three people. It was his nephew, another crewmate, and him. And they would all like pick like it was like spinning. It wasn't spinning. It was like drawing sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever got the smallest stick died. And
Interesting.
this day, this specific day, the the nephew got the small stick. But
Interesting.
the captain made a promise to the nephew's mom, which is I think his sister,
Mm-hmm.
and said he's gonna come back safe. But then the other crewmate just up and shoots him, and so they have to eat him.
Mm.
A couple of days later, they get rescued, and the mom never forgives the captain.
Sad story.
Yeah,
It's a very sad story.
yeah,
Thanks for telling us, Biscuit. Never forget
Interesting.
this.
it's a
So there
very
was
cheery podcast.
yeah, which actually reminds me, there was a back when Australia was a penal colony, right, which is basically a prisoner colony. There was these guys that actually escaped, and they ended up like picking turns of who ate who, and eventually they got caught, or they got caught again after there was only like a couple of them left, and then the rest of them got hung, because back then eating people was like the big bad, which I mean it still is, but not as punished, I should say.
There's
So yeah,
actually there's this guy. I think he would pay you to you have to let him eat your liver, like a part of it, and he'd pay you. There's people who like want to know what human tastes like, and the
how good's
liver
that pay?
always regrows.
Yeah,
What?
how much did I pay?
Uh, yeah, the liver always regrows. So if you cut it in half, it'll grow back, and then you just give him your liver. He eats it, and bada boom, you get some money.
Interesting.
Huh.
It's like a respectable Hannibal.
Yeah,
It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna pay you for your limbs.
yeah. Imagine if they all did that. That'd be great. We'd have
I
all
I
food
bet
in
I
the world
bet there's a rich society that does it, like a rich secret society.
where
You
they
know?
eat humans. They eat
Yeah.
the poorest guy. By the end
Isn't
of the
that in
quarter,
Canada?
you have to
Did you
become
guys
richer.
always did you guys hear growing up that like a lot of like people, who eat the other humans live in southern Canada, on the
Well,
border of America?
that
That's
would
Mm,
what
make
I was
sense.
always told.
That would make
interesting.
sense because there's so much free space in Canada, and there's so little
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Mm,
There's just cults all over, man.
There's
it's
actually like a
wacky.
couple cults, like the Freemasons.
Yeah.
A couple
Hmm.
presidents were in that cult.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think even George Washington. There's like proof that he was in the cult. Well, we don't know if it's a cult. Or maybe it is.
Not a
You can't
cult,
leave.
a secret
You,
society.
it's a secret society, but you can't really leave. And I think if you spill the beans, you die. And then
Hmm.
that reminded me of the Clintons.
The Clintons.
The Clintons, where you spill the beans and you die. You think you think they're all in the Freemasons, and then one of them was gonna spill the beans, and the Clintons are like the people who just put them down.
It would totally be Bill too. It wouldn't be Hillary. It would be
You think
Bill.
it'd be Bill? You think Bill was
It'd
doing
be
the
Bill.
handiwork?
It would be Bill.
Just
I don't
over in the
know.
corner.
I think they're both involved, honestly. Oh, I don't know. I don't say for sure, but I think if there is one, and there's like a Freemason society, and
Uh
they got Bill and Hillary doing the hit jobs for them,
yeah,
like the
Hmm.
yeah.
people in charge.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think that would make sense.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Hillary's tough. She wouldn't break. She wouldn't break. It would,
she
it, would-
would not
it, it would
break.
be Bill.
It's like
It'd be Bill.
Hillary.
Yeah.
They all committed suicide. He shot himself in the head 3 times.
He tied himself up too. It was real weird.
Yeah,
Ah,
man, it's crazy. Jesus. So many shit, like the Scientologist guys. Those are the ones that got me.
Scientologist.
My school used to be right next to them. I think I told you guys. Those guys are
Yeah,
like they go all out. They believe something.
Hmm.
Like at least make your religion believable. Am I right?
yeah,
At least.
yeah, and it's really weird the way they get a lot of their funding because basically they hold a lot of these celebrities hostage, such as like Tom Cruise, right? Because they have people following around 24/7. And one of the celebrities that got out basically said, "Hey, they were blackmailing me and holding like a lot of things against me because they were like record everything." So the
Hmm.
question is, what do they have on Tom Cruise?
If you
Right.
leave Scientology, it ends your career. First of all, because they do this thing where they just like hassle you with fake reporters.
Right.
Hmm.
And then if you're like an actor and there you got like 20 fake reporters saying, "Oh, why'd you do this to this little girl actor?" And then you're at the studio and like, "Oh wow, well we can't have this guy around, even if it's just allegations." And they kick him out.
Damn,
Hmm.
that's
So many
crazy.
careers can be ended just like that if you join a cult.
Damn.
And there's even like some actors they are like in a cult, but it's supposed to be like a nice cult. They're like it's a Christian foundation, guys. It'll
Right.
be fine. We have like a diet and a breakfast every day. Blah 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 blah. And then they well they're not that bad. You can leave, I think, but you get some hassle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
You ever watch The Boys?
The Boys.
No.
No, I haven't. No.
No,
Is it good?
because yeah, but basically there's like this religion in the second season where they know everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're so involved. They know everything. So, uh, yeah, they pretty much control the stuff inside because they
Hmm.
know so much, know some information about the actors.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Okay. Well, I think the final thing we should talk about is COVID, because a lot of us are going on lockdowns again. Like,
Yeah.
so what about you guys? Like, have your governors or mayors say anything?
yeah. The thing about my mayor, I like that he's very common. He's just stay home. I don't care. It will put you in jail if you go out. He's very it makes sense. Not many rules. He's like just stay inside. We see you outside without a mask. You're done. You're done. All right.
Mm.
That's like you guys. You
Well,
get laws and guidelines.
I think it's kind of rough that they put people in jail if you don't have a mask. Because at that, like, that's at what point does it go from you now have to wear a mask to where now you have to do this or we toss you in jail? Like, we're
Right.
Yeah.
right. You give them.
That's a little harsh.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
so bad.
idea of if you give them an inch, you're giving them a mile,
Yeah.
right?
If it,
Right.
but only if you
Right.
allow them to. Like if they think they can get away with doing this, they'll think they can get away with doing this. And if people are getting used to it, they'll just be getting away with more and more and more, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I believe what something that Snowden said or was talking about. I don't know if exactly he was saying this, but basically it's the idea that over the years we've been more and more willing to give away our own rights and all that, which is
Right.
kind of true. Such as with
Yeah.
the
The
Patriot Act.
Patriot Act. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it seemed like a good idea at the time. Like people were like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Well, no, it wasn't that they thought it made sense at the time. It's that you didn't want to be the one to say no because back
Oh
then a lot of
Hmm.
people
yeah,
were scared, right? And you didn't want to be painted as the bad guy.
Right.
yeah, that's true. If you said no, you'd be out. You'd ousted, right?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
taken out.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be
Right.
scary though. You can't
Yeah,
voice your own opinion
yeah,
because yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you were there when 9/11 happened, right? How old are you, Boo? You were
I
like
like a
2?
year old maybe,
Really?
like 1 or 2 years old.
So you were there when it happened. You were like completely in the know. You didn't form your brain when you were in the 1 year old.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, no, no.
no. When I came out, dude, I was like I knew what was happening. I was taking CNN every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up at Fox News. Like, could you believe this guy? Wow. Well, right, Mom? Can I have my milk now?
Jesus. Do
Yeah,
you ever
it
think
was
that's gonna
crazy.
happen again?
What
What?
9/11?
Something like that, like a big terrorist attack.
Probably. Probably. I see it coming up. I see something probably coming up, with Biden if he
Well,
does
also
come out winning. I think
about
something
Yeah.
9
will
11,
happen.
there was 4 planes, right?
There
There
was
was
three, no, yeah, four. Yeah, four.
four. Yeah, there
Two
was
that hit, two
one
that hit the Twin Towers. One
one
that,
crashed and one hit the Pentagon.
one hit the Pentagon, one crashed. Do you know that they say it crashed, but in reality it actually got shot down?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I was
because
I
the
okay,
way
go on.
so the government said, "Oh, the people inside like they took it over, right? They got control of the plane again." But
That's really
the
bad.
government didn't want to risk it like actually crashing into something, right? So what they did was they actually shot it down, right? Because the way that the debris was scattered when people went in to actually investigate was as if it got shot down, not that it crashed. So you got to
Wow.
think
So who shot it down? What, the National Guard or
whoever
you
Oh,
know
was
who
flying
shot it
those
down?
jets, who was
it
flying
was
those
like
jets,
a
because they
nuclear
Oh, a
had
jet
shot
shot
jets.
it
down.
down.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
jets.
it was
The
an
jet shot.
anti-air. Oh,
Yeah, no,
okay.
not
Oh,
anti-air. No, it was definitely the jets.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they actually fought it and they like crashed.
No, no, they got control of the plane again, but the government decided to shoot it down.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought they actually like failed, dude. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe they just couldn't fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
seen.
yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like, if they did get a hold of it, why didn't they like try to land it in the ocean or something?
They didn't know how
Like,
to fly. But I've also
you
seen
pull
videos of
up,
people who don't know how
you
to
pull
fly.
up.
Wait, what are the chances that one of the persons in the flight knew how to fly? Like even a small plane,
I mean, it actually wouldn't probably be that bad, but at the same
right?
Mhm.
time,
What would you have done, Blue?
if I was on the plane,
No, if you were like on ground control and you're like, I can give the go to shoot them down or let
well,
them take control themselves.
I don't even think it was up to those people that are on ground control. But there
Oh,
was
the
a point
astronaut.
where another criminal actually stole or took control of a plane full of a bunch of people, and he was like live talking to the people in the tower. And this is actually an audio recording. You can actually look this up. He was definitely mentally unstable. I don't know if he had his pilot license or not, but like for the most part, it isn't really too difficult to actually
Yeah,
land a
that's what it
plane if
is.
you think about it, right?
Well, it's actually harder to land it, but it's
It's
easier to fly it.
definitely yeah, yeah. But at
Right.
the same time, it's better off giving them a chance to land it, other than just shooting them down. Like I get why they had to or why they felt they needed to, but it was very
Right.
it's fucked up.
Right.
What
Yeah.
was that one shot down before or after the
I
you know?
believe this was already after the two towers went down.
Okay, so they didn't know what was exactly happening at the time. They're like, oh,
They're
maybe
probably
it's wrong place.
No,
panicking.
no, no, no.
Place
They
Yeah.
wrong
they
time.
knew at that point, like, and actually during this time, Snowden actually talked about because he was in the CIA at that time, and or not at the CIA at that time, but he was like working in the area, because his boss, his okay, so he worked at like a computer shop with this dude's wife, and the dude that owned the shop was in the CIA, and basically he said like everyone in the CIA basically was told to go home. They weren't told to do their
Oh,
jobs,
wow, that's kind
which
of
was
sketchy.
yeah, it was fucked up.
Oh, I think I remember why. Because they had to say because the CIA building could be a target.
Well, sure, but when you really think about it, right, you can still do your job at different locations. But instead, they decided to say, "All right, done,"
You know,
which is kind of
Right.
weird.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very weird. Do you think they should dismantle the program that made it all possible?
What program? What are you
What?
talking about?
Like you know how there's is it the NHS where they can check your phone and see all your messages?
Oh, that's actually I think what Snowden actually made.
Yeah, he made
Um,
it. He didn't make it.
yeah, like he made it, but it was used for something else. Like they were using it for something else at the time, but then they uh basically took over.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, I definitely think ultimately I don't think it's good on our part to have that system still in place because the average American is going to be a criminal, and they're going to say, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
it is to catch the unaverage American." Not really, because even then, you're probably not
Hmm.
going to catch them, right? Because
Yeah, but they also say if you're good if you have nothing to have nothing to hide.
yeah, like that. I
Hmm.
don't think that's even. How do I say
But
this? Just because you have
Like,
nothing to hide doesn't mean it gives someone the right to look into your home, you know?
yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Like, that's
Right.
gonna right, because
I
it
always
takes away
thought
your
they.
privacy.
I always thought even companies, right? They can just sell your information,
Mhm.
but you kind of like allow them to. Like you press the OK sign in the contract
Yeah,
to do it. But I
yeah,
feel like
Right.
your private information should be more like private property, right?
Right.
definitely.
At some
Yeah.
point,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But it's not considered private property at all.
Yeah.
It's just
Anyhow, I think we strayed pretty far from the question there. Like,
what
true
was the
Yeah. I
original
think we have
question?
to.
What was the original
Honestly,
question?
I think it was about like what our governors and mayors have done for
Yeah,
Oh
COVID.
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, now I'm
Anyhow,
lost. Okay.
so I don't know. For mine, I think we've all been talking about this decent bit, but I live in Chicago, and we have Lori Lightfoot or some shit. Um,
Yeah.
she's basically just as hypocritical as every other governor almost. They say not to do something, but at the same time they're also doing it.
Right. Right.
Right, right for me,
Yeah.
wrong for
Mine's doing
you.
that too. Right.
It's all literally just politics game at this point. Who can
Yeah.
stay in power
It's
the
just
most?
Right.
they say the right stuff, but don't do the correct stuff. Your actions speak
Right.
louder than words, right?
Yes,
Right.
But
definitely.
they're only
There's
speaking.
yeah. There's really not a whole lot I think they can do anymore because you see everyone. You go to a grocery store, you go to the store, everyone wears their mask, right?
Hmm.
What are you gonna do? You can't shut down everything. That's I personally don't think that's gonna solve everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you're wearing your mask, so it's either
exactly.
masks don't work or we're doing something completely wrong.
Yeah,
I think the thing about mask is people are gonna get it anyway. We just need them
Right,
to get it slower so that
right,
hospitals don't get overwhelmed.
yeah,
right. And that's what's going to come down to, it's money over people, and it's going to have to be money over people in order, because if we don't have money in the country flowing in, you can't just print more money.
yeah,
Well, that's
So
what
if
they're
we
doing
get
actually,
yeah,
right, and you
and that's
I
no
think
bueno.
we're like, we got what, $1 trillion already since March, you
yeah.
know
Yeah.
think
It's bad.
if like another shutdown comes in, what's going to happen, and soon everything's going to be worth either really expensive or close to nothing.
Exactly, exactly.
So it's really, if Biden does get in the office here in these, I think 66 days, my governor said, she kind of like smirked about it when
Hmm.
she was speaking today. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna shut it all down? Well, if he shuts it all down, he's gonna have to do something with jobs, in order to get money flowing in. So what is he gonna probably do? He's probably gonna raise, income tax or probably something like that. And in order to make
Yeah.
sure his country doesn't die.
What I've
Hmm.
heard is in New York they get like 50% of the money from rich people, but all the rich people are leaving.
Yeah,
They're all leaving, and then at the end of the day, they're gonna have 50% less money,
yeah,
Right.
and they still have
And
like a
right,
large amount of people. That most people aren't rich, but most rich people are making the money, and
right.
yeah.
it's all those healthcare programs. They have they're gonna low roll in funds,
Hmm.
and
Right.
it's gonna be bad.
Right.
Definitely, definitely.
And you're starting to have more like tax season is going to be coming up here pretty quick too, so all these stimulus checks, think I think how it's going to work is people are going to have to pay that back if they used it. So I think it's going to probably be something like that too, if you use it's kind of like a loan, a $1,200 loan or whatever it was. So I think a lot of people are probably going to have to start paying that back because
Mm,
again, they need money. The government needs money right now.
yeah. Then no one's gonna be able to pay back.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Especially if they pass another stimulus within,
the country
again, two
actually
months.
the country uses more money than it has, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Right, right, it is. And again, they spent $1 trillion in these past 9 months now. I think it's been
Really,
maybe eight. So yeah, over $1 trillion just because of COVID.
I bet they spent
So
this year more money than any other year in the 2000s.
um, maybe, yeah,
I think so.
maybe,
Because you still have to pay
I
for the
think,
military
yeah,
budget, still the same. Everything's still
right,
the same. Just they are printing so much money, and they
right,
got such big loan.
right. And I think a
Hmm.
lot of people are going to go into the military too, because I think a lot of jobs, small businesses, small towns are going to go out of bankrupt, and not be able to
Yeah.
afford stuff.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of people go into the military because they can't get a job.
Yeah.
I had this idea. You know how there's, people have, because look, you know what's stupid? This another thing that makes me a little mad is people when people get loans and all this money, they can declare bankruptcy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then all your loans, so you can't pay them anymore. But you can't declare bankruptcy for student loans.
Right.
That's kind of stupid. You forcibly have to pay them back. You can't
Right.
declare bankruptcy even if you have no money,
Hmm.
right? And
Hmm.
that was such a lobbying thing. Like people who give out to student loans actually lobbied for this type of legislation,
Interesting.
and that kind of screwed the whole debt system. When we just got that away, I think it really just solve a big core issue
Hmm.
Right.
if they would just declare bankruptcy. Your credit would
Mhm.
go back because it's your fault you got the loan,
Hmm.
but
Correct.
you
Yeah.
should be allowed to do what everyone else does and declare bankruptcy.
Right. Here, I know so lately, schools, colleges, people have been shutting down, you know, um, etc. I really don't know. I think what it is with the mask thing is if you're in a store or a place for longer than like 15 minutes, I don't know if it would really work after that because you're sitting there, you're breathing in the air, again, because like a lot of people forget the air comes in, comes out right here.
Hmm.
I think it stops it, but it doesn't stop it completely.
Yeah.
Because it's on your skin. I remember at the beginning, I told my mom, it's kind of pointless wearing gloves. It's
Hmm.
very pointless wearing gloves because again, you touch your water thing and you set it back down, you take your gloves off, correct?
Yeah.
You take them off, and then guess what? You touch it again.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
Like
why did you do that?
you see those people
I
like eating food with their gloves on. It's like
Right?
Yeah,
It's so useless. And like
I think
I always tell people, hand sanitizer, after everything. And I always done that in the first place. I know I have tons of
I
hand
think
sanitizer.
Mhm.
I think wearing a mask is better than not wearing a mask.
Yeah, it is. I
You
mean,
know,
I agree, but
Mhm.
it's you really got to think about, we've been in these lockdowns 8, 9 months now.
Yeah.
Cases are on the rise. I say we're going to have 200,000 cases per day this week. No
Mhm.
problem. I say by Wednesday.
Mhm.
The question is, what are we going to do to stop it? Because it's obviously, what we're doing right now is not working. Obviously,
Mhm.
stores, grocery stores, everything in this world is enforcing mask mandates.
Mhm.
Well, is it high schools? Is it college football games? Are people going to people's houses during the weekends? Because I got
Mhm.
neighbors who have humongous parties
Mhm.
every weekend, and I'm like, oh my god, bro,
but
why? So
there's not a real answer for that because there's so many things you can do. But I think
right, exactly.
also do you guys think the pandemic will be like are people just gonna forget about it after 2020?
Probably
Think
Yeah.
again,
so?
it's the new yearly thing. I say the flu as a reference, and people get so mad when I say the flu. Because it's like, oh, it's not the flu. But what I'm trying
It
to
is.
say is, it's the new sickness that's here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not going anywhere. It's just not going to disappear. The first of the year. There'll probably be a cure. I'm not a cure, but like a
Vaccine?
shot, like a flu shot. I don't think there'll be a
Mhm.
vaccine. I think there'll be a flu shot or a COVID shot. I mean,
Yeah.
and it helps prevent it. You're still gonna get it,
Yeah.
and people are just probably gonna forget about it by
I think
next
it depends
spring.
on the state, really. I think here in California they're gonna
Right,
drag it on for like another 6 months.
right,
People like in
right. Probably.
Michigan, maybe like a month or two. I don't
Right,
know, Illinois, maybe 4 months.
right.
Yeah.
I think it'll depend, really.
And what they're gonna do is they're gonna freak out at first when this shot does come out, and they're gonna mass produce it,
Mhm.
and they're gonna make people in schools, nursing homes, hospitals, etc. take
Yeah.
it, and then they're probably gonna make it. If you want to fly, you got to take it. If you want to ride a bus, you got to take it, and
Mhm.
that's what's probably gonna happen here.
Yeah.
I think the main issue with COVID is house parties. Simple as that. I see all these house parties going on, and
Mhm.
inside drinking. Same thing with bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what's gonna need to happen here is it's getting cold out, right? It's getting cold,
Yeah.
and people are gonna go inside. As simple as that. And I think it's gonna be really bad for this Thanksgiving because when you got people saying, "Oh yeah, you can't hang out with your family members," I think that's a big slap in the face. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people are gonna do it. So
You want to say, Truman?
oranges, do
You want to
you
say it?
eat the peel?
Do
Do
you
I
eat the
do I
peel
eat?
of an orange? Do you eat the peel of an orange?
Um,
No.
No,
No.
have
the
you have
peel
you
of
ever
an
tried
orange.
it? Have you
Well,
ever tried it?
I used to
No.
be one of those
That's
kids. I used to be one of those kids where you would bite the peel of an orange and open it up.
you know what?
I
Mhm.
As a joke, from what a bands you just said, I actually do sometimes purposely eat the banana peel.
really
It's not a
Do
good
you
taste.
wash it?
It's
Do you
leathery.
wash it?
that
Well,
was
of
gonna
course
be my
it's
next
of course you
question.
wash it. It's leathery. It's not
Right.
good. It's
That
not a
was
good
gonna be my
taste.
next
It's a
question.
very
It's not.
bad, chewy kind of taste. Yeah, no.
You think you can make clothing out of banana peels? If it's so
Yeah.
leathery. Like,
It would
how long do
Yeah.
probably
you think it would
rot
last?
right off you.
Oh, that's right. I seen a banana rot before.
Be kind of
Yeah, that's
gross.
true.
Be pretty
Do you
dang
think you can
gross.
actually? You think you can actually slip on a banana peel?
Yes. Yes, you can.
I've stepped on a banana peel. It's not that slippery.
Well, you just can't step on it. You gotta like walk on it.
Yeah. Like you
You just
do
can't step on it,
exactly.
Well, if you step on it with one foot,
and it's
you
gotta be fresh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to have this friend over there in elementary school, and he would eat the peel of an orange. He thought that was like a normal thing. He would eat the whole thing.
With the sticker.
Sticker.
Probably, like there's people who eat the apple and they go around the sticker.
It's like, oh man, that sticker's my favorite part, man. Oh,
The sticker is what gives it flavor. That's what I say.
gives it flavor.
You
Lovely.
know, do you eat the like? There's so many fruits that they have a
Hmm.
piece you don't eat.
Hmm.
But why not? Why not eat them?
So you really shouldn't be eating it. Do you know that I think six, at least six, takes only six apple seeds to actually kill you?
Really?
Yeah, because they're actually poisonous. But you
I
have
thought
to properly like break the seed.
you
You
have to
can't just
juice
like
the
eat.
seed.
Yeah, you can't just like eat the seed. Because it'll just go right through you.
I thought you had to eat like 20 apples. I eat the seeds
Dude,
to die.
you're a monster if you eat apple seeds. They're so gross.
Are they really gross?
Yeah, they're
You guys
so
ever try apple
gross.
seeds?
They're just little
Yeah.
tiny
Well,
black seeds.
I wouldn't recommend eating them if you say you die.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't
like
recommend eating.
you bite into the apple and you accidentally eat it. They're just so
Have
gross.
you ever see someone eat the whole apple?
Whole apple.
The
No,
whole apple?
no.
Does that
Oh,
feel
the
weird
core
eating the whole
too.
apple?
Ugh.
The core, everything about the apple. Nothing about the apple goes to waste. You eat the whole apple.
It's a bit weird. Not gonna lie.
No, no,
No?
Not gonna lie.
no.
Very weird.
What's like a what's a fruit you completely eat?
Completely eat.
Uh, you don't eat
Hmm.
a whole banana. You don't eat a whole watermelon.
I mean, you could
Mm,
probably eat a whole watermelon. Wouldn't be
Why is it
easy,
good for
but
you?
I
And
mean,
that's your weekly meal, right?
you probably shouldn't, but you can.
If you eat a watermelon, you'll be good to like you don't
probably
have to.
strawberry.
Watermelon's full of water. You don't need to
Yeah,
eat
you could
water.
probably eat a whole strawberry.
Probably eat a whole strawberry.
A whole strawberry? Jesus Christ! Are you mad? A whole
Yeah,
dude. That's.
I mean, it's
I
just
can't
a
believe
leaf,
you
right?
eat that.
Leaf's a
it's
leaf.
just a leaf. Just eat
You
a
know,
leaf.
put some ranch with it. Ranchy
Yeah,
strawberry.
yeah.
What's the,
Do you
what's
guys
the
put
world's
Do you guys
go
put
on?
ranch on your pizza?
No,
I eat ranch with I use that with the crust.
I
Like
don't
if I
like
have
it.
just the
Yeah,
crust left, then I have that.
yeah. Dude,
I
I
don't like
remember like going to elementary school. I thought these kids were so weird for putting ranch on their pizza because we do that here.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, these kids are so weird. And then I tried it in high school,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh my god, it's so good, bro.
Yeah,
I used to put ketchup on my pizza.
Now that's just weird.
that's
That's
a
just
weird one.
weird.
That's a
That's
weird
not,
one.
yeah.
I bet,
Well, you
I
guys
bet,
are
I
putting
bet you put mayo
ranch.
on it too.
No, I don't put mayo. I don't even like mayo. I don't even put it on my
Hmm.
sandwiches. All right.
What
You
kind
know,
of pizza is your favorite pizza? I would say.
I like pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
I like the pizza with a lot of meat on it. I like
Hmm.
meaty pizzas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say meat lovers. The extra bacon. That's
Like
pretty
Mm,
good.
like the Caesar's pizza ones.
interesting.
Nah, Detroit style.
Do you guys
Mm,
think? I always personally believe that pineapple has earned its way to pizza.
no,
No, you
No,
don't
not
like
yet.
it?
that's a sin,
Really?
dude.
No.
I thought I
That's a
was gonna
sin.
get one of you at least to help me out a
Listen,
little bit.
man. This is Chicago pizza, man. We got like the best pizza in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Detroit pizza's
Do you
literally a
guys put like
ripoff of
broccoli on
Chicago
your pizza?
pizza.
That's disgusting. Do you guys put like weird stuff on your pizza? Or is that San
No.
Francisco?
So like, we're famous for the deep dish, right?
What's a deep dish? I'm gonna look it up.
You have deep dish pizza. You've never had that before?
No.
I
No.
think you'd like it. I think you'd like it.
Dude,
It's
it's just
very
deep dish.
it's very filling.
I don't know
It's
how to
very filling.
I don't know how to explain it because we have deep dish here and that's all we eat here.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
There's
it's
this
just a thick pizza.
oh, gosh. There's this restaurant called Gino's East. It's like one of the original Gino's Easts over in
I don't.
Chicago, and the
I don't know what that is.
entire building on the inside is covered in graffiti because they let you draw on the walls, the tables, it's everything. It looks really, really weird, but really cool.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
yeah,
amazing. And right
You
next
know,
to it is a diner called Ed DeBevick's. And this is basically like it looks like it's made to look like a 60s diner. And they're all always on, they all dress up and they act like really rude diners to you. Like really rude
yes. We, we
servers.
we went there. We went there in junior high. We went to
Hmm.
Chicago and we went in there and they were all screaming at us and everything and
Hmm.
being really
Yeah.
rude to us.
Yeah. And then at random,
Remember
they'll
that?
do like a little dance. I know that too. It's kind of weird.
is you're gonna be like a high school guy, like a bully who drives a Mustang with a big jacket. You know,
Yeah,
is there one of those guys?
Interesting.
Uh,
No.
over here, we usually have the graffiti outside the place.
Hmm.
At
yeah,
every place. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of art. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just don't
Interesting.
let people catch you doing
Yeah. Probably not. Probably not.
it. Go well.
So, how do you guys? What do you think is going to happen with groups such as Antifa?
nothing,
I
Nothing.
think I
nothing.
don't know. I don't know. I think there'll be like there won't be a civil war. I think there'll be like there'll be little groups fighting here and there.
Hmm.
Like Proud
Yeah,
Boys, like they hate Antifa
yeah,
so much they'll just show up and fight them. But it won't be
Sure.
yeah,
like all bullets. It'll just be like hand fights.
yeah.
You know, I think
Both sides
there'll be
can't
some
agree on
words.
anything, and they like it's basically like
Hmm.
you say this, I'll punch you in the face type deal. Like there's no democracy in it whatsoever. There's no
Yeah.
agreement. There's nothing, especially if
Yeah.
Antifa. If you
Yeah.
go up to them and you say I disagree with you, it's like
Yeah.
it's
It.
it's bad.
Yeah. And it's really a shame with how Antifa works and how people think that they're good because more often than not, they say they fight Nazis, but in reality,
Right.
they act exactly like the Nazi party from way back then. You know.
They call people Nazis.
Yeah.
They call everyone Nazis.
Exactly. Like if
Exactly.
yeah.
If you disagree with
Yeah.
you, they'll call you that, and
Look,
it's very wrong.
Right.
look, look.
And
You know.
like there was this little post that I saw online and it basically made a list of comparing them exactly to Nazis, right? They both use violence and intimidation. They use propaganda and misinformation. The they use slander, right? They use intentional slander as a weapon. They use propaganda to spread lies and misinformation. They create alternate history and facts. So like they'll say this happened when in reality this actually happened. They
Right.
both
I've
hate
seen that.
capitalism and
Right.
they hate individualism, free speech, deferring ideas, and they're all collectivistic and use mob tactics, right? Because
Right.
think about how the Nazi Party started and how Hitler rose to power, or how Mussolini rose to power. It literally looks exactly like that.
Right.
I
So,
think
at what point is this government going to say, "Hey, this is enough. We need to stop you," right? And we see like small arrests here and there every now and then
Mm-hmm.
with what was happening
Mm-hmm.
in what was it, Portland. But at what point are they going to make those mass arrests, if at all?
Right. Right. Like last night, the mega march in DC, went really nice. It was really cool to see it.
Hmm.
Um, but I was noticing after it ended, I saw a lot of you know, uh Antifa there, and they were
Hmm.
slowly picking off individual Trump supporters, which was very wrong.
Yeah.
Again,
People
this is
say
what
that.
I mean. This is what I mean. It's very wrong, and they were attacking Trump supporters, singling them out,
Hmm.
and sucker punching them and running away.
Yeah.
And even if a Trump supporter were to call them names, that doesn't give you any right to
Exactly.
sucker punch them and run them away. Because I even saw one lady, a guy punched a guy in the neck right here, and she came up and stole his phone and ran away with her friends and laughing
Hmm.
about it. And I
Yeah.
don't think what these people understand is everything now in modern day is on camera,
Yeah.
and she's gonna probably get caught for it pretty soon
Yeah.
because they're gonna see her face, and just like that technology, she's gonna get caught. It's a shame that it comes down to where we disagree on a topic that people will one run away, two not even try to debate you on it with facts,
Hmm.
and three say certain things that's nonsense.
Yeah.
Comparing themselves to the World War II veterans that fought, in
Yeah.
World War II. It's ridiculous to compare themselves to that when they personally can't accept someone's freedom of speech, theoretically, because even if they're holding up a Confederate flag, a flag that they disagree with,
Hmm.
etc., it's still their right as an American to fly that, because it's
Right.
their freedom of speech. Even if they don't I don't support it or anything. I think it's wrong, but still, it's their right. It's
Right.
just like how they fly a Black Lives Matter flag. I personally think I see a lot of hate coming from that group, but
Hmm.
it's their freedom to
Yeah.
fly that.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be singling them out, beating them up, make them bleed, and running away like cowards. That's what I think. And same thing goes for the Proud Boys and everything too.
Right.
I see them singling them out, people, and I think it's wrong. I do think there'll be some clashes here at the first of the year, and you'll see some gunfights, some bombs, some stuff like that. I personally don't think Biden will be strong on it. I don't think he'll try to challenge these groups at all.
Yeah.
I think he'll say words, but he will show no actions
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Like Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders with the
And
Pretty
that
Bros.
yeah, and
Right.
that's what a lot of people are afraid of. Like here in Illinois, like just this year, I think people applying for their FOID card, which is their gun license, because in Illinois
Right.
you have to have a license to own a gun. It went up like 200%.
Right. Right. Right.
Right.
Right. There was oh god, I forgot what it was, but there was like an extreme number of guns sold from when George Floyd happened till like September. It was like millions. I know it was like over 6 million or something like that. It
Yeah.
was crazy. And like even till this day, if you go to like any big box realtor store that sells firearms like Dunham's, Bass Pros, Cabela's,
Hmm.
Field and Stream, whatever,
Hmm.
those big places, you can't find shotguns, firearms, pistols, ammo,
Yeah.
whatever. You
Yeah.
got to be there when they're unloading that truck. And that's what I figured out for someone like me who owns a couple firearms. You got to be there when they're there to get
Yeah.
them.
Definitely.
And but you'll see them in like pawn shops, kind of, but they'll jack the prices up, and it's like, is it really even worth it at that point? You
Yeah.
know.
Definitely.
And the problem with that too is you're getting so many untrained, unknown people holding firearms, which is very wrong. That's why in the firearm community we say start young, train at a really young age, because then when you get to a responsible age, you'll know how to use it.
Hmm.
And that's what I see a lot of problems with these people, first time gun owners. They're buying this and they don't know how to use it, and they're going to end up shooting, somebody, or end up shooting themselves or hurting somebody they love. And that's what's just going to come down to.
Yeah. Definitely.
Um, yeah,
I think
it's
a good amount of those guns that were sold. I think people were when you buy a gun, you usually buy two. I think
right, right,
you never
yeah,
you
you
never
do,
buy one gun. I feel like if you were like 6 million guns sold, 5 million people bought them probably.
right,
You know, so I think
right,
the number's actually smaller than the
right.
bigger.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
What do you mean the smaller the bigger? What do you mean?
smaller the bigger. What?
So he's saying 6 million guns sold, but in reality, less than 6 million people bought guns, is what he's
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah, but like I don't know
That's still a
about that.
lot.
I say
That's
a
still
lot.
a lot of people.
It is a lot,
Yeah.
but I still say like a
How
lot of
many
it's like
like
pistol, shotgun. That's what
how
it
many of
is.
those people aren't people like you who are just buying guns repeatedly?
Oh, none of them. Oh no, those are all brand new
All
gun
yeah, all new
owners.
gun owners.
Those are all. It's. I mean, you can Google it here. Let me just Google it so I get the numbers right.
Yeah.
Now these
Um.
mango peels, do you eat them or not?
No. No, those mango peels are actually kind of gross and hard to eat.
Yeah.
They're
So.
sharp. They're sharp almost.
Really?
Yeah. Cuz
I
generally,
didn't know
okay,
that.
so you cut okay, so like there's a big seed in the middle, right? And then there's the actual
Yep.
mango. You generally cut like right on the sides of the seed and then you dice up the cup of basically the mango, right? You
Yeah.
don't like it's not something you want to try to eat.
You know, you know how we eat seeds of other fruits?
Sure.
Now we eat pumpkin seeds. Why don't we eat mango seeds, dude? They'd
Um
be humongous. You
ye-
roast them up.
they're
You roast
massive
them up.
as well as they're probably not something you should be eating whatsoever
Why not?
because they're massive and they're extremely hard. Like a pumpkin seed, those are
Would it
soft
be
and
roasted
easy
though?
to eat.
What would it be roasted?
Have you seen a mango before?
I've seen a mango before.
Have you seen the mango seed?
I've seen the mango seed. Would it be?
O-
Like, there's different
Okay,
types of mangoes.
comparing a mango seed to a pumpkin seed is soft. Like you can eat that sucker right out of the pumpkin. You
Wait,
can't eat that thing, cooked
we're
or
talking
not.
about
It's
we're
super
talking
thick and hard.
we're talking about those mangoes that go from like green to red to yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's other mangoes that are like only yellow and they're super small.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
I want to try
the
a
the
mango
N-
seed one day.
the
Yeah,
NRA
what?
is reporting that there's roughly 7 million new first time gun owners in America since March or whatever. So that's pretty crazy, honestly, to see that many new firearm owners in America.
Do you think the
Um,
NRA is getting more subscriptions?
no, no, I
No,
no, I wouldn't say so.
you're not. You're not.
I think right now the NRA should probably step up and say something to train these people.
Yeah.
You know, because they did it in the 80s and seven, whatever. I think they should
Right.
step up and try to train people because I think there's going to be a lot of gun shootings in
The NRA
households.
militia. NRA militia.
The NRA militia.
Yeah.
NRA militia.
Is
There
there
was
is there a
a
militia for the NRA?
I don't think so. I
I
think
don't
they're just a
know.
group of people. I think
There
just like we all have
actually
guns.
not long ago there's like this black only militia. There's like a BLM
Right,
militia. And
right.
What about the black
They're still
mangoes?
here.
they had a bunch of negligent discharges. Like
Right,
a bunch because these are like people that aren't properly trained no matter what side you're on. It doesn't fucking matter. You need to know
right,
how to handle a weapon. Like that is your responsibility as a gun owner. You need to know how to handle a tool like that, right?
right, right. And I remember seeing that too. I remember seeing that he had like a 22 AR,
Yeah.
and I remember a guy was walking down the street with it, and he had a like a casing in between the bolt,
Yeah.
just sticking out like that. And I'm
Yeah.
just thinking to myself, oh my god,
Fucking around
this
with a
dude's gonna
jam.
get he's gonna he's gonna shoot he's gonna accidentally shoot someone here, and then later that day, I guess someone accidentally shot two people with one bullet, and I'm like, how do you do that?
It was
How do
actually
you
What's
do
three
the
that?
people
time
that
we're
got
talking
injured.
about?
He shot
Oh,
himself in
really?
Was
the
it
foot.
three?
He shot himself in the
Yeah,
foot and then he shot two other people.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah.
You remember that case where that kid brought like a gun to school, but it was in his backpack because he wanted to show his kids. I mean, not
Right,
his
That's
kids. No, it's his friends. His friends, and they accidentally shot someone. Like
that's so dumb.
the gun was in his
right,
backpack and it just like discharged.
right.
That's crazy.
Personally, I support a like you have to learn how the firearm is used and everything. How to disassemble it, put it back together, do whatever before buying it. I personally support that, and I think the NRA should have stepped up a long time ago and supported something like that.
Definitely.
If you want a gun, you should be shot in the leg, and then you know.
Yeah,
There you go. You're welcome. I fixed it for you guys. The guidelines, you just gotta get shot in the leg.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And if you still want a gun, you can have a gun as many as you want.
interesting.
Right? Right?
Interesting.
I think that makes sense. I think that is the correct way of going with this.
Very expensive.
It
Well,
is. It would be very expensive.
to get shot in the leg.
Yes, it's
Well, I
Oh
mean,
expensive.
yeah.
I mean, I would imagine there'd be a team behind you. Like, oh, we know what's gonna happen here, right? He's gonna get shot in the leg. We know what to do.
Okay, well,
And
on
then
top of the medical bills, you also have to pay for therapy, right? You have to get therapy.
for what? Oh, your leg. Oh, I get that. Okay. I'm just okay. The arm. How about the arm?
Just shoot the arm off, just shoot it off completely. There you go. No more therapy.
No,
It's gone.
you know, take away the trigger fingers.
You see somebody with a stump, all right, they're packing, They
Yeah, they
got the
can get one
stump.
of those legs. Well, that's better than a human leg.
Jesus.
I think they'd be delighted
Yeah,
to get a better human leg. You don't feel
yeah.
pain there. It's great.
I don't know. I definitely feel like a lot of cities that are very strict on guns, like my own, they definitely need to
Yeah.
stop with that
Yeah.
because ultimately it just makes it so much worse. Because
Yeah.
it's not the criminals aren't going to go buy guns legally, right?
Right.
The average citizen goes out to buy a gun legally to protect themselves and others, right?
Right.
The criminals here now have a shitload of guns and we can't fucking protect ourselves,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's fucking stupid. I don't know why. It's just some bureaucratic shit that doesn't actually fix anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb.
Guys,
And all they
guys.
do is just play the fear tactic. All right, guys, let's ban these guns. That doesn't do shit. You think the criminal's gonna be like, oh man, they made guns legal now. Oh,
I
let's turn them
I
in.
I have a solution for that actually. If we legalize crime, the crime rate would drop to zero.
Legalize crime.
Yeah, and then we'd have no crime.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true, right? If
Correct.
we legalize all crime, we wouldn't even need police. We wouldn't need nothing.
It's like a
Right.
24/7 purge.
Yeah, exactly like
It's
the
like
first.
7-Eleven.
It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
Sure. Sure.
I mean, they made a bunch of them, so I imagine they make good money out of them, right?
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Do you guys think we should have a purge? I met some people like we should have a purge. I don't think we should have a purge personally.
I think that would be very expensive.
Yeah.
Property damage done.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, we got who's gonna pick up all the bodies and stuff and
Maybe we should have a
it,
Hunger Games instead, right? Less
Right.
expensive, right? Have it in
I think
key
that
states. I mean, let's face it, Detroit's already a Hunger Games, right?
yeah, it
we
is.
get 2 people from every state. We get 100 people. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. You got a whole
Mhm.
100 games, and we put them in Hawaii. Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure we can get an island, right? We can just annex an island. It's
just
fine.
just drop them on an island.
Yeah, we can annex an island.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll just put them in there. Bada bing, bada boom. You can just fight each other.
Just take
Bada bing, bada
Taiwan
boom.
over.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's alright, big fort.
Taiwan. Oh, we could take Taiwan.
Yeah.
Nice. Actually, wait, I don't know about. I mean, Taiwan's right next to China. I don't think they'd like it.
Practice makes
The
perfect.
Chinese the Chinese makes it interference. They send in supplies.
Yeah, you guys remember the Bay of Pigs?
Yeah.
They would get a bunch of prisoners and refugees and all that stuff, and they would just send them back to Cuba to fight back the revolution, and they all felt horrible.
Yeah, it felt horribly because they didn't have a
They didn't
proper
get
air
support.
support. Yeah, the air
Yeah,
support got like cut back by a bunch.
yeah, because they wanted plausible deniability,
Mm-hmm.
but
Something like
it
that.
really didn't work out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know the Cold War. It got pretty close.
Yeah, it did when
It got
it
there
was
was a
at
lot
the
of instances.
yeah, it was at its closest when we had a nuke in Turkey and they had a nuke in Cuba.
Yeah, it was also a case where you know how there was like a naval blockade by Kennedy. There was one time where a Russian submarine was going through,
All right, yeah, yeah, yeah. And
and
two of the three pulled the key, but the third said no.
yeah, the
Yeah,
third guy was they need a third guy, and he said no. And then
yeah,
it came up, and turns out the war hadn't started because they were gonna pull the key because they thought the war already started.
yeah.
And there was
It's
also this
nuts.
time over there in Russia where it malfunctioned, and they thought there was like a bunch of nukes incoming, but the guy was like, "No, I don't think I will." And they pulled the key, and then nothing happened. He didn't blow up. He didn't die.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good days. Cold War, huh?
They weren't drinking vodka that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cold War, like there was a lot of people that actually died.
Yeah.
Not Americans, but there was proxy wars, and it
Well, I
wasn't just
mean,
Vietnam and the other Viet Cong. It was also like South Korea and North Korea,
Iran.
Iran and Iraq.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
just so many that we don't talk about.
Yeah. Pete Poggers.
Do you guys think if JFK survived the assassination attempt, do you think they would have started the Cold War off? If a natural war. So what a
I
lot of
don't know.
people say, if he would have gotten shot in, like right here in the shoulder instead, made it through, survived, it would have been full on war.
Well, probably not, because
The Russians didn't do
when
it. So.
yeah, the guy that the Leo Huswald guy actually was Russian or something, or like ex
Right.
was
He
Russian,
he
and even
he stayed
even
in Russia for a long time.
yeah, even the Soviet Union was like, hey, we're gonna help you out here. We're gonna send you everything we have on the guy, because obviously
Yeah,
Right.
they didn't. Yeah, so I
the
don't
so
think.
the Soviet
But
Union. I heard they were actually panicking because they're hearing this guy who's Russian,
Yeah,
who was in Russia, and they're like, did we do this? Did we actually do this? Because they had so many
mhm,
operations going on. They had the KGB. Everything
right,
was
yeah,
so secretive,
right.
yeah.
and they're
But
like,
but but at first they thought it was a Russian attack. Do you think Kennedy would have panicked and hit the big, nuke button? I mean, do you think that's what
no,
he would have done?
no. I
No.
think he would have been in a hospital recovering from a shoulder shot. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
he's
yeah,
not fit to serve anymore. Lyndon B. Johnson would still be serving, even
yeah,
if he got shot in the shoulder.
Mhm.
yeah.
But it was the actual. So you seen the footage? His brain was all over the place.
Yeah, yeah, his wife like dove out of the back there, was like leaning off and was like picking up his brain.
Yeah, he got shot in the neck first, and his wife was trying to figure out what was going on, and then his
Mhm.
head blew up, and then she trying to like, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing, there was this sort of theory that the wife of Kennedy was doing one of the bodyguards.
It
Yeah,
could be. We do know actually that Kennedy was actually like banging other
but
people.
I think he
He was
said he
actually
banged
he
Marilyn Monroe.
could have
That's what they say.
maybe. It was actually proven. I think there was actually audio tapes where he was actually like raping people.
Oh yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that he didn't get laid once a day. He got a headache. Yeah,
Interesting.
that's what I heard. So
Interesting.
yeah, that's. Anyone have any other points? Like, I think we're gonna wrap up soon.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that was about it.
That's about it.
All
Really?
right.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been great. I think it's the first great podcast. At first, we're a little awkward about it, but after a while, we just like kept talking.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us. This would be our first podcast of the week. We'll probably come out with one either later
Maybe
next
Saturday
weekend,
or
either
Sunday
yeah, either Saturday, Sunday, same time, starting at around 8 p.m. CST. Um, so yeah,
or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
yeah. If you came in late or didn't see it at all, I'll be also posting this up on YouTube on our channel, which will come out sometime soon, so you'll be able to see
Be
it
sure
then.
to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Adios. Bye. Peace.